Hi, welcome back. Uh, just sitting here waiting for my daughter Isabella, waiting for her soccer game to start, and I just really enjoy not only getting to watch her, but I get the privilege of being her coach and her team's coach. So it's pretty exciting. And I was just thinking, I'm really thankful to be living in a place and a time that we're able to enjoy events like this, and even amid everything that's going on in our country with things being shut down with the virus, and you know all of the tension out in the streets, with riots and protests and things. And we have an important election coming up, so I'm probably going to be doing some more videos about this. But I did want to just kind of give a little bit of background information about myself. I became, in regards to politics, I should say, I became interested in politics probably somewhere around 5 years ago. Before that, I shared a few things. I knew a few topics, a few issues, where I stood on those. And actually, in my younger years, I actually, voted quite a bit differently than I do now. But as I've aged and as I've gotten older, I'm not sure, maybe being a parent has just made this more important of a topic to me. Because, I want my daughters to be raised in a place where it's filled with opportunity and freedom and safety, things like that. But, around 5 years ago, I started questioning myself, why do I believe this way? Why do I feel about this? So that's when I really started to dig into things. And if any of you that know me, when I dig into things, I typically will dig pretty deeply. I have kind of an obsessive mind, so I like to know why I believe the way that I believe. And that led me on a journey of, reading many books, political books, reading many articles, watching many videos. I mean, you can ask my wife and kids, it drives them crazy because they have no interest in politics or anything at all. Nor do they have I think they really understand why I feel it's such an important thing to discuss and share my viewpoint on. What I discovered with countless hours of research and studying, and listening and learning, as there's a lot of I don't know, the kindest word to say is, a lot of people put a lot of information out there that just don't really research the information. Now, anybody can. Not saying I'm smarter than anybody or anything. Anybody can put plenty of hours into something. They say it only takes 10,000 hours of practice of anything before you can become a pro at it. I'm not 10,000 hours into politics. I wouldn't say I'm not anywhere near that, but I have put in some time. And I do care. I care about people, and what it's coming down to is I'm going to be sharing more and more of why I believe the way that I believe, and kind of, why I believe it's so important to have some knowledge just beyond, just opinion, and just beyond watching, something on the news that somebody says and everything, because there's a lot of deception out there. And I know that both sides of, left and right, both believe that the other is full of deception and stuff. And I realize that, and I've tried to I have taken that into consideration. So I do, I'll watch Fox News, and I'll also turn on CNN from time to time to see kind of where people stand in those areas. And I don't agree with everything on, that people say all the time, on my conservative beliefs. But the one thing I will say is I have never seen so much deception and corruption from the left. There it is. And already I know and I encourage people that disagree with my views to, when I post this, comment, and I'll have an adult conversation with you. I don't believe in name calling. I don't believe in things like that. I'm not one of those people that, and there are people on the right that do that, and they talk about, cry your liberal tears or whatever. I'm not like that. I don't, I just want to be a nice person and so present things in the kindest way possible. But being honest, I have to be honest about it. I feel compelled to tell the truth that there is so much deception that I've uncovered, I guess you can say, in my search for finding truth. And I am so surprised. I guess I shouldn't be surprised, but surprised at how many people that I know, that I guess, I guess you would say, fall for the deception. And it's easy to do, believe me, I know. Like I said, I used to have completely different political views, and I would just if I'd hear something on the news when I turned on ABC in the morning or something that said something bad about a Republican or about a conservative or something, I'd probably agree with it. Now I kind of look at everything. Now I know there is the idea that once you have a side, you will formulate and validate everything that comes across. But I do pray to the good Lord. I actually do pray about these kind of things. I'm like, Lord, please help me. I want to be on the side of the truth. And if I'm not on the side of the truth, Lord, please guide me that way. Because, like your word says, Proverbs 3, verses 5 and 6, trust in the Lord with all your heart. Lean not on your own understanding, and always acknowledge him, and he will direct your path. So lean not on your own understanding. So I do ask God for guidance in these things, and I hope that it comes across as genuine, that I really do care, and that I really do care that so many of my brothers and sisters in Christ and so many people are falling for traps. And I should say, falling into the trap of believing everything that's coming across to them in the mainstream media, because it's just not, I don't know the exact percentage, but a majority of it is not true. So this is just kind of a long video starting out already, and I'm going to get on the field, but I'm going to start doing specific topics. And if you're having questions about why, where you stand in your vote, and I encourage everyone to vote for what you believe, vote for what you feel. But I'm going to share just from what I've dug up. I do feel led to share what I've learned by putting in a lot of hours into this. So I'm going to do that, and agree or disagree, that's okay. But hopefully just don't go blindly into these things and just take a few bits of information and make your choices on that. There's some really big things coming up. I mean, this election is probably the most important election, I would say, ever, possibly, just from what type of country we're going to see our children grow up in, depending on who gets elected. So I will start this, and thank you for your time, and I do welcome questions. Thanks. Have a good day.